Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a lot of new information. As with the onset of Season 2 coming, we have data miners who have access to the builds now, who are revealing more and more updates that have happened to the files of the game. That means we have some imagery that has been found, as well as some certain language about new heroes. Starting off strong, we have new information about Professor X. XOX Leak has shared a couple of things about Professor X, saying that with Season 2, he got updated in a way that shows a pattern, meaning he is likely the next entry. He's listed as a support, aka a strategist, and 3 of his abilities that are currently a work in progress, which have been translated from Chinese, are called X-Men Collection, Potential Stimulation, and Mind Projection. They also shared that opening a book seems to be a part of his kit, and something called Max EXP, which doesn't really mean anything to us right now. This all suggests that maybe Professor X would be the next hero after Ultron, which I'm sure they could find a way to work that into the storyline where Professor X returns to Krakoa after all this happens. In fact, maybe I've missed it, but I'm not sure why he's missing from Krakoa right now in the Marvel Rivals storyline. We also know what he would look like in game most likely because we've seen the statue of him on Krakoa. The other 3 statues that are on the map match the character models who are in the game. So we have the Emma Frost statue that looks like Emma Frost. We have the Magneto and the Storm one, which both look like the characters. So that means this statue of Professor X would likely be that model we would see in game. He would be the Krakoan era Professor X, not the one in the wheelchair, but the one in that all black suit and Cerebro on his head. Logistically, that probably makes a lot more sense than trying to create a character in a wheelchair that would be playing Marvel Rivals. Of course, some people thought it could be like the floating one that we've seen before, but this version makes so much more sense. Another hero we have more info on is Daredevil actually being mentioned in the game files for the first time. XOX again saying that they seem to have pushed on some strings related to a new hero, now listing his name and passive ability. All translated from Chinese, once again his name being Daredevil and the passive ability being spherical clipping. Now that's not a ton of information, that's not saying that Daredevil is coming up next or anything like that, but it does mean that he's at least being toyed with, being worked on. They have concepts of him, they have gone through stuff similar to the other leaked heroes, but Daredevil has also gained a lot of popularity recently with the Born Again TV series, so I wouldn't be surprised if they started making him a little bit faster than some of the other ones that were mentioned. The devs have stated before and proved that they listen to the audience and the fans of the game and comic material, basing some of their decisions off of what is popular currently and what people really want. And speaking of what people really want, Winter Soldier is set to get an MCU skin as well. There's no information on what MCU skin this is going to be. Of course, this concept by Sketchy Hedgie looks really cool, and I feel like that would be awesome, but Thunderbolts is also coming up, so if they made a custom skin to go along with Thunderbolts, that would make a lot of sense and be a really cool promotion. I think that's one of the things I would love to see from Marvel Rivals is as these new MCU movies release. So of course we have Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four movie coming out, and also all the new news about Doomsday, which I'm sure is set to have some incredible costumes in it. I would really like to see costumes in the game that reflect those movies as they're coming out and kind of doing promotion at the same time. Outside of that, we also have some new Ultron infected skins that are confirmed to be coming to the game. That confirmation being the fact that we have this gallery card that features Ultron, but then in the background of it, you can actually see an infected Magneto as well as an infected Iron Fist. This is just like the Dracula and Black Panther gallery card that we saw previously, which later on the Black Panther skin released at the end of the season. We also have this concept art card for the Magneto one, and as you can tell in all of these images, they're like this kind of half machine looking version of themselves, which I think looks sick. I mean, if this Iron Fist skin comes along with his Battle Pass one, he's got some of the best skins in the game. We've also now seen that Namor is getting a Retro X uniform skin, finally covering himself up a little bit, and then stripping back down for the new free skin of the season for Twitch drops, with the same colorway we see for all of the Twitch drops, being that kind of like purple and blue. Another skin line we've seen teased and a few examples of is this beach or tropical version of different costumes. Of course, we've seen the Rocket Raccoon one front and center, which looks great, but we also now have a couple of others that have been seen in images. One being Jeff, who is in the loading screen for Krakoa, who's pictured with a tropical little hat and shirt, as well as kind of this lei around his neck. And we also have this concept art of Squirrel Girl, where we can only see really her face and shoulders, but is clearly another beach skin. I'm not really sure if the community is ready for beach or like pool party tropical style skins, if I'm being honest. If we saw anything from the Emma Frost release in their skins, then the beach and tropical ones could just could be crazy. Speaking of that loading screen where we saw Jeff, we also see a version of Thor that is likely to be another skin that appears to be maybe the Hellfire Gala skin that we've seen in the comics. We've gotten some better looks at the new Mantis skin, which is going to be that Flora Maiden, who is going to be the reward for the seasonal event that is going to end on May 9th. We've also seen a closer look at Golden Diamond Emma, who is the ranked reward for the first half of season 2. This colorway is a gold and purple colorway instead of the black and red that we had last season, which can actually be seen here because we have the full look at the Human Torch version that we are getting if you reached at least gold in season 1.5. The new map Arrako has also been confirmed in the files as likely coming in season 2.5 with some new lore entries that were data mined again by XOX Gleek, where it says Xtron, which is Ultron now combined with Cerebro, resumes the assault on Krakoa, ultimately seizing Cerebro before departing to Arrako. The mutants of Krakoa lost communication with their counterparts on Arrako. Not even the intergalactic empire of Wakanda, with all their technological advancements, have been able to locate Arrako's current coordinates in their stellar atlas. This suggests that once Ultron does join the roster in season 2.5, which is confirmed 100% by the devs, we will also see the introduction of this new map Arrako. Outside of that, that is really all we have for right now. I mean, the information just keeps coming. I feel like there's been a fire hose just pointing straight at me for the last few days with just so much content and information happening. I'd say there is still one big question mark, and that is, where is Blade? What is happening with Blade at this point? He is now free. He is no longer imprisoned by Dracula. We have a picture of it. So what is going to happen with him? Will he ever be a playable hero? Maybe coming at another time? I am super curious why he never got added as a playable hero. With a storyline that would make a lot of sense for him to be one. Anyways, guys, that is all we have for today. Per usual, I will keep you updated as soon as we know things. I am visiting Asheville next week, so I might be a little bit slower on some videos, trying to take a vacation. But there's never really any real vacations with Marvel Rivals, so until next time, I'll catch you later.